Actor Brian Dietzen, who plays the hilarious and wise Dr. Jimmy Palmer on NCIS, has expressed his frustration with NBC, which is the rival channel to NCIS's CBS. The fans were told about his recent annoyance with the channel via his Twitter account, and we'll be telling it all to you in this video, so keep watching. First things first, what's Dietzen mad about? To put it simply, Dietzen can't stand the rival network's unsatisfactory coverage of the Gold US 22 Open. This year's tournament has been a roller coaster of surprises for the fans, especially Englishman Matt Fitzpatrick's rise to the top. He putted his way through to the final against opponents Will Zalatoris and Scottie Scheffler. While Sky Sports is controlling the coverage in the UK, this responsibility fell upon NBC within the US, and Dietzen has been less than impressed. He took to the platform and ranted to his over 200,000 followers about the insane amount of commercials that have been a part of NBC's coverage. He started off by acknowledging how the year's Open has been pretty eventful. However, he went on to complain about the huge amount of commercials NBC is broadcasting in between the matches. He also complained about getting only 2 shots and about 20 minutes of screen time. We don't know if the situation was that bad, but if it was, Dietzen's rants make total sense. Who would want to be bothered by pesky commercials every minute or so? Certainly not us. The actor also linked a gif of a still from SpongeBob SquarePants where SpongeBob is sitting in front of the TV with popcorn in his hands, the line "watching for commercials" scribbled over it. But is Dietzen right to complain? If someone without context would have seen the NCIS legend's tweet, they may not have bought his claims. After all, 2 shots in 20 minutes does sound outrageous. However, a look in the replies to the tweets made it clear that Dietzen wasn't exaggerating or anything. NBC really has been that shady with its advert planning this year, and many other viewers alongside the actor are frustrated by the network. Many fans echoed Dietzen's sentiments under his tweet. User Ethan Carter said, "NBC has completely killed the US Open with commercials. This is ridiculous." While another said, "NBC's broadcast of the US Open is ill-conceived. It's a medley of commercials occasionally interrupted by a little golf." And another, "That NBC is the worst station to ever broadcast a major." Advertisements are the main source of revenue for TV networks, but they can truly become the bane of the viewer's existence if they're overdone. After all, who wants to feel as if they're watching a little bit of their favorite show or movie in between a ton of advertisements? But Dietzen had hope for future coverage. Though he did complain about the advertisements, Dietzen followed up his tweet with hopes that NBC will consider the fans' concerns and do something about the pesky advert scheduling. He hoped that the final would continue smoothly. Fans once again took after the tweet and said that they also hoped that NBC would take note of the army of complaints and do something about the ads. The final took place after that, and there wasn't another tweet by the actor where he was targeting the network. That could mean that improvements were made, though nothing can be said for sure. We do hope that the channel took note of these concerns and solved them. Some fans have different things to say. These are just some theories, but some fans thought that there was a reason for Dietzen to go after NBC. According to them, since NCIS runs on rival network CBS, the cast member decided to call out NBC Sports so that the entire network could be planted in a bad light. This is of course a long shot and most likely not true, but definitely interesting to think about. The fans followed up the theory by saying that Dietzen complaining doesn't make sense otherwise, because his own network gives one long break during each episode of the cop drama. The same could be said by NCIS fans who have to sit through each of these long commercial breaks and still watch the show. But instead of looking at where his own network is lacking, he decided to point out the error of a rival one. That sounds like sneaky behavior to some of the people. Now, it's time for some other related news. Next up, Dietzen has also been vocal on Mark Harmon's departure from NCIS. The NCIS franchise has gone through several heartbreaking cast-related losses in the past, and the fans have pretty much gotten used to actors leaving every now and then. However, there has been another shocking development in recent days when Mark Harmon also bowed out from the series. Harmon played Leroy Gibbs in the show until last season, and isn't in the current one. The co-star Dietzen is finally sharing what it's like without him around, and how the other cast members and crew are coping with it. After 2 decades of sharing the screen, we can expect the actor to feel his absence quite intensely, and that's what Dietzen's words have conveyed too. He spoke about the 19th season, saying that it's unlike any other previous one. He said that's in part because 2 new actors have moved in to take the place of the 2 that left, so it's definitely different because of the unfamiliar people as well. He admitted that one of the show's strengths has been that it was centered around Gibbs' character, which totally worked. He said that since that worked for 20 years, no longer having the character at the core of the story has created a vacuum, which is actually quite damaging to the show. However, as it turns out, the newest season has also managed to pick up the pace, and the new character that has taken Gibbs' place is almost equally complex and strong. So while it's true that the fans had been complaining, they may finally adapt to the changes over the course of coming seasons. Next up, Dietzen hints at filming for season 20. Over the years, it's become tradition for the 44-year-old to post a picture of the notorious Jimmy Palmer glasses on the first day of filming for each new season. And along with him doing that, all other signs point towards the starting of production and the cast and crew returning to sets to make another incredible season together. For example, the other cast members like Wilmer Valderrama, Katrina Law, and Diana Reasonover are all pretty active on social media right now. Also, the producers were talking about the 20th season as early as the middle of June. Now, we all know that the production team and the cast and crew start on a season at different times, so the first day of production has different meanings coming from different people working on the show. It's very likely that the filming has already begun, since we can expect the 20th season to hit our screens this fall. We're very excited, and so are the other fans who are seeing all that activity from the cast members. Dietzen once again takes to social media in the wake of a new record made by NCIS. The crime drama has bagged a new major record, and the beloved Dr. Jimmy Palmer has spoken out about it. The star took to Twitter and said that he's absolutely thrilled that the new season has topped the 2021-2022 TV season program rankings. As a result of these high ratings, CBS has become the most-watched network this year, with about 6.3 million views on average. Not to mention how the show is already CBS's most watched right now. The actor thanked the fans for watching the show and said that he'd love to get back to the fans this fall. Other show members said that they were glad to prove those wrong who thought that the show couldn't last without Harmon around. It just made a new record without, so maybe one actor cannot erase years of fan following and dedication. The fans also responded to these tweets, saying that they can't wait for season 20 to air, and also said that they're dying to see what happens to Palmer's character. And finally, could the 20th season be the biggest for Jimmy Palmer? As we prepare for season 20 that'll drop this fall, we have a lot to look forward to. But let's talk about who's quite possibly the biggest character on the show right now. There was already a lot going on for him in the current season. He even got a new relationship, so there's a lot that could go down with that. The creators can also use the character being one of the originals to the new season's favor. Fans were hit hard by Gibbs' loss, so the writers could compensate for that through Dietzen's character. This could mean that he'd be at the center of the upcoming season. That's quite exciting for the fans who want to see this character being focused on. That was it for this video. What are your expectations from the upcoming season of NCIS? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to our channel for more similar videos. We'll be seeing you in the next one.